in a mode where data is restricted within the enterprise, right? As a consumer, all you would know is what your portfolio looks like, but if you wanted to do more with your portfolio, if you wanted to do anything else with your portfolio, it's really hard because you don't have that kinds of insight, and you look for advice from your relationship banker if you had one. Right? This is a case of retail. It gets worse when you have a corporate or a commercial kind of a relationship where you can have multiple relationships. And the problem is similar on the relationship banker standpoint, where he also, so think of the life of a relationship banker. In a traditional enterprise, the relationship banker actually ends up, like Sankar was saying today, ends up consolidating a lot of data. And he has this additional job of making sense of that data so that he can have a conversation with the customer. Now this is where technology can help improve productivity, generate new sources of revenues, generate new ideas, which is where you empower people with data. That's what Insights is as a service is, and you empower them in a manner where there is no friction, where it is accessible, where they are working. Right? So if I'm a relationship banker and I'm used to working on a mobile, on a CRM app, if I'm a customer logging into my internet banking portal or corporate banking portal, I get insights embedded in there, right there, while I'm transacting. So for example, again going back to the relationship banker example, if I'm a corporate banking relationship manager, then what Insights can do for me is tell me what my portfolio, what my customer's portfolio looks like, what's happening with him. I mean, is there a credit line that's maturing or overutilized, for example? Is there a fixed deposit that's maturing? Then can I have that conversation with the customer in terms of what funds you want to use? So this becomes a lot more contextual, a lot more intelligent, and there is value for time, right? The relationship manager actually goes and talks to a customer in a context, and that eventually improves customer satisfaction, eventually improves the way customer actually looks at you. Flip it around from a customer standpoint. And one part is you actually using data for decision making, for better insight and stuff like that, but also look at it from a transparency standpoint. The minute you start sharing information with your customers, with your partners, the thing is they start trusting you. So that trust factor, that stickiness is developed because of that. Take another persona in all of this, partners, right? Your, if not in financial services also you have partners, right? You have people who get business for you, your aggregator platforms, your business correspondents, your feet on street, your collection agents that are outsourced. All of them actually eventually work on data. And the data is as seamless as it can be, as visual it can be, helps, because then you're always tracking, monitoring, setting up thresholds which you want to meet or you want to exceed, right? So that's
evaluation goals,
all of that, right? So the thing is, Insights as a service actually makes sure that the data is accessible right from the bottom to the top. I mean, at all levels of the organization. You may be a feet on street doing collections, recoveries, or new business originations. You may be an employee of the organization. You may be a outsourced partner. Down up, you take it up to multiple levels of the hierarchy: a relationship manager, a customer, a CXO, somebody else looking at data from an outsider standpoint. For example, an investor looking at data about the performance of the company from the portal, right? So those are the things, and the use cases are varied across industries, not only financial services. I said PSUs, retail, telecom. The use cases are limitless, and then obviously you remove those barriers of applications, platforms and devices. You embed it anywhere and everywhere. You make it omnipresent. So you don't have you're not tied to a technology, which makes it easier, because then you do not invest against an investment. You're actually not dragging on investments. You invest in something with whatever technology landscape you have, and you utilize that, sweat it out more.